Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I wanted to come talk telepathy. Telepathy. So let's first of all break down like relationships. Let's take romantic partnerships, like the romance part of it, the sex part of it, and put it to the side. Um, I think one thing Western ideology has done to us was separate what we mean to each other, and we have perverse sex, and we have idealized romantic partnerships in a way that is detrimental to successful partnerships. And so we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to focus on relationships, period. For me, I believe that relationships, whether it is a romantic partnership, whether it's a business partnership, whether it is family, friends, whether it is your coworkers, which will be business, your children. For me, I believe that like literally, um, at the foundation, the fundamentals, the baseline, um, all those relationships should have a set standard for individuals. So, which you wouldn't allow um, someone to do, literally that should be like your baseline for everyone. So like my point is like if you wouldn't allow um a stranger to curse you out, you shouldn't allow a family member, and I'm not talking about y'all having like, shit talk. I'm talking about like disrespect. So if you wouldn't allow disrespect from, outside, like you're not supposed to allow this disrespect with these relationships. Like you're supposed to have a standard, a foundation in all these relationships. So that's number one. Number two is understanding relationships. Relationships is based on the word, relation. So relation, to be related to, and it doesn't just have to be bloodline, but having relation or being related or having a relative literally just means having something in common with someone. So literally the common thing we all share with each other is love. Some people's have been inverted, and we're working and we're growing and we're healing, hopefully. But the common ground for me and the foundation for all relationships should be love. Getting back to telepathy, because I just wanted y'all to understand the word relationships, because it's not just for a romantic partnership. Yes, romantic partnerships are important, but all relationships are important, because you can have, and I really wanted to break that down, because you can have telepathy with people who are not your romantic partner. You can have telepathy with their children. You can have telepathy with friends. You can have telepathy with anyone that there is a connection with love and your frequency is vibing the same. Literally. Now you do have some spirit attachments that literally you can have that type of communication with telepathy. Um, however, however, literally your purest form of telepathy is going to come from love. I just want to say that again. Your purest form of telepathy is going to come from love. When I think about telepathy, and it's so real. Even your government knows it's real. Your government knows that the ESP is real. Like they do experiments and all that shit. We don't really give a fuck if you have a brain, and you can go do research, and they have released some files of some things that they have done. So we're not here to argue about what's real or what's fake, but literally I just wanted to talk about it and kind of like give a mental visual of how I see telepathy. And it's something that you can feel, see, or hear. Um, for me, I can kind of do all of them. And so for me, though, to have a mental visual, I think of telepathy as when we were little kids and you couldn't afford those electronic walkie-talkies. So we used to take the Dixie cups and we would tie a string from one Dixie cup to another Dixie cup, and one person would have their ear to the Dixie cup and another person would be talking through the Dixie cup. Telepathy, the I look at telepathy, the message that is being sent is the line, the string represents that for me. And so that's the frequency. The message is the frequency, it's the energy, the wavelengths, the vibration. And you literally could have a telepathic experience with someone in person. Non-verbal body language, we read body language all the time. That is one of the most basic forms of practicing your telepathy, is literally reading people, reading energy, not putting all of what's going on into what a person is saying or even doing sometimes, like just literally watching the energies, feeling the vibe. If you are auditory, like hearing what spirit is telling you, what that frequency is telling you. So that line that we tied to them cups, that it represents the message, the frequency, the vibe, the wavelength that's coming through. The two cups are the receivers. So literally, the two cups will represent the two people who are communicating with each other. And I bring this representation up because literally, there are times when you are having telepathic communication and messages can get misconstrued. They can be confusing, mixed signals, and messages can come in. It happens. And so the reason I bring up the cups, because it's just a great representation to see. So if one person cup is in pristine shape, it is a new Dixie cup, it don't have no Kool-Aid stains, is no holes in it, the paper is in TikTok shape, that part of the receiver is going to receive and send signals that come with clarity. If you have the other end of the receiver, and I look at the receivers as the two people communicating. Two vessels, two frequencies. It doesn't have to be physical bodies, two frequencies communicating. So literally, if the other frequency if the other vessel literally is, maybe their cup has been stained, maybe their cup has some holes in it, maybe their cup just got ripped, like their messaging to send out and to receive is going to be spotty, blotchy. It's going to be some interference, and I think of that as when you don't have your vessel clean, if your vessel is compromised, I would say that would be the best thing. Like if your vessel is compromised, and that means your receiver is going to be compromised. You know that, right? Like there is going to be holes in your cups. That means that there is going to be messages streaming out this way and streaming out that way. So you might not even be getting the whole message. You might be getting bits and pieces. And that's why it's important for us to literally heal. It is important for us to heal. It is important for us to take care of our mind, our body, our soul, our spirit, our consciousness, just all realms of existence of ourselves. Because if you don't have a uncompromised vessel, uncompromised spirit, or uncompromised soul, like literally consciousness, like you're literally you got a leaky cup. And so you're never going to receive, you know, that love, that transmissions of what to do, when not to do. It might be, you know, a heads up. It might be a cheat code coming through. Like you're gonna receive those things inaccurately, due to you having a leaky cup. And so telepathy is real and it vibes off of a frequency of love. However, if you are not great internally, if you have been infiltrated, like, your messages are going to be off. Your clarity is going to be off. So we really got to continue to heal, continue to grow, all that. Y'all done seen me publicly fucking wow the fuck out. Like, I literally have wowed the fuck out. Like, literally. Shit happens. Shit happens. You gotta do what you gotta do to get it up off you and up out you. So, like, literally, I just come to you to say, like, trust your process. Trust your process. Telepathy is real, and your messages is gonna be as clear as clear and as accurate as you are. And I think, I mean, I don't know how else to make it make sense, but yeah, like, telepathy is real. It's deeper than, you know, just looking at patterns and behaviors and all that stuff. Literally, people call it downloads, all that stuff, channeling. It's all the same shit to me. Like, it's just different modalities. It's like, you know, it all depends on who you ask. But it's real. And if you do want to tap into that, I suggest that you know, uncompromise your body. Pay attention to the things that you eat physically and that you consume mentally. We consume so much trash mentally just from doom scrolling on the phone all day, or our interests. Like, if our interests are not clean, we consume mentally, spiritually, and soulfully unclean things, and that's what's gonna fill our mentality. So literally, clean up your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. To me, I say work on the inner you, and you know, that outer you will go soon, you know, catch up. That outer you will catch up. But it's a whole. It's, you know, you can't just have one part with the other. But I would say it. I know plenty of people who look great presenting, that are whole, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, I really have seen a lot of people grow over these last 2 years, and it's a beautiful thing to see, because it is mind, body, and soul. It is a whole transformation. But I also know people who look good on the outside and are rotten in the inside. Are rotten in the inside. You can't necessarily, I call it shit covered in gold. And so I say, if you are healing and you are doing the work and your physical hasn't caught up yet, I would say, like, literally trust the process. As above, so below, as within, so without. So literally, telepathy is real, baby. A lot of this shit is real. Whether you want to say demons, angels, good spirits, bad spirits, all this shit is real. Whether you want to say, you know, evil, you know, however you perceive it, evil, the devil, the Satan. Like, I call it evil because a lot of that devil talk and all that stuff was kind of like created by them, who are the actual devils. So, like, so I say evil because Lucifer, the concept of Lucifer has been distorted. That has been distorted big time. So literally, I just call it evil. I don't give a fuck about the namesakes. I look at the actual behavior, the frequency, the vibe. That's what I do. So yeah, telepathy. We read energy. Your face could smile, because I do that all the time. I'll smile. I can be angry, but it has nothing to do with what's really real. So like literally learn to read vibes and energy. Learn it. You can really start it by learning pattern recognition and, behavior, paying attention to behaviors, nonverbal cues, all that stuff. You can learn it from that. That's a foundation of starting. But you'll actually start to get signs, messages, and signals in your own little way. Everybody is different. Everything works different for everybody. So like literally, you know, I'm gonna just stop talking because y'all know I'll talk all day. Y'all probably miss me though. I know y'all probably do miss me, but I've been trying to take care of myself. I really have. I hope it shows. I hope it shows. But bye until I have the strength and energy to want to come share. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Stick with your progress. Make sure you check in with your progress. Like tonight, I'm going to share that. Tonight, I'm going to, for homework for my own self, is to make a list of the things that I sacrificed. And when I say sacrifice, sometimes I think we think of sacrificing as just always like sacrificing something you actually want. Sometimes sacrificing is literally sacrificing something that no longer benefits you. And so when I say that, I am going to make a list of things that I no longer do anymore, that are no longer me. And I'm also going to make a list of things that I am working on currently. So I'm still in the process of detaching from or letting go. And I just feel like I need a good reflection because I feel like sometimes when you're doing a lot of this internal work, you don't realize how far you've come. And for me, I've come a long way, and I really need to like sit with that. One of my pride and joys is it will be 3 years in July since I've had sexual contact with another being. So literally physically. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, but like I feel like that's a big feat for me. I have been celibate before for like 2 years in the past. But this one was different. I feel like when I was celibate, that last 2 years, I was like when I got pregnant with my daughter. So I was pregnant, so I didn't want to even have sex with nobody else, and I wasn't gonna have sex with him. And then also, even after I had the baby, like I'm traumatized. Like I don't even want to have sex. Like, and then I'm angry because like I'm raising this child by myself, so I don't even want to have sex. So it was like out of anger. This go around, it was more out of like, I want to do this because like I need to heal. I need a break. I need a mental break. My body needs a break. My soul and my spirit need a break. I don't need no more spirit attachments. I need to get rid of the ones I got. And so like literally, it's been a journey, and it's not always easy. It's not always easy. It has gotten easier over the years because like literally I realize now that how it was and how dangerous it is. Like it's just to just be doing it like aimlessly and mindlessly. Like it's just like, thank you God I'm not there no more, and I don't judge nobody on their journey and their path. This is me talking to myself. If you do feel triggered, then maybe you got to go sit with yourself and figure it out. But I think everybody has the right to explore and figure out their own life. This is me talking about me. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look into the things that I have like literally let go. I haven't smoked. I think that's been 2 years. I haven't smoked for 2 years. I had a cigarette addiction that is hard to kick. I always told people like, shit, I can't judge a crackhead because literally these cigarettes had me in the chokehold. And so I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah, it's a lot of things I've given up though. Like even things you can't see. So they're not tangible things that I have given up, like the way I think, the way I move, the way, I do things. There are things that I have replaced. Literally just being so intentional with prayer and putting, God first, and, being okay that I'm not perfect and that I'm gonna make mistakes, but I still can have God in my life, and I can have my own routine that works for me. So literally, I've always been transparent and clear that, like, literally, I always talk to God, but you know, it's been more intentional. It's been more of a routine. It's been more than just asking for help. It has been very big on giving thanks and even checking in just with myself, like, so lots of replacement, self-care, trying. So like some stuff is like still work in process. And so I'm just gonna do that as homework. But yeah, telepathy is real. You can have telepathy with anyone that you have a, I would say, a real, true love connection with. And it does not have to be sexual. You can have telepathy with people you love. Whether they are receiving it is based on how good their Dixie cup is. Whether, you're receiving it is based on how good your Dixie cup is. The love is the love. The string is the string. Now, if somebody cut the string, which for me, with telepathy, I feel like when telepathy is based off love, that string it can't be broken. However, when there's spirit attachments, you can cut that motherfucking string. Some of them soul ties, because not all soul ties are evil or wicked, like, but some of them soul ties, some spirit attachments, them contracts that supposed to be null and void or either completed and done, and they still hanging on and they still in there. Dumb strings and those cords they can be cut, but a bond that is really built off love and established in love, you can't cut that. Not in death, none of that. Like, it will stand for an eternity. So I hope this helps someone. It has been helping me, so I just wanted to share it. So if you're into these things, hope it helped. Love y'all, man. Hang in there. If you are having the roughest time of your life, literally keep going. You still got breath in your body. God wants you here. You are your purpose. Every day you wake up and you do whatever you do, that's your purpose. Don't get caught up in these job titles, and you are your purpose. Maybe you told someone today at Wawa that everything was gonna be okay, or you liked their hair, or they were beautiful, or they had a good vibe, or their energy was, their soul or their spirit is beautiful, and you don't even know how much that changed that person's day. You are being used. You are living your purpose. We don't understand that. It be people on the brink of fucking suicide, and literally our presence in their lives, having interactions with each other, just simple interactions, literally changes the trajectory of our lives. So please know that you are living in your purpose every day that you fucking wake up. I get tired of Western ideology. Fucking thinking you gotta have titles and college education just to make it and be something in life. You already are something. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.